Hello guys, it is that panda guy and I'm here again with another video, and I'm kind of gonna go over this, and we did lose, but I'm gonna kind of explain why we lost, what we could have done better, what we did wrong, and how we kind of won at the end of the day. So when you do Pompeii, right, the rewards that you get from Pompeii are decent. You get like I think you might, if you do extremely good and win, you get like maybe 2,000 gems and stuff like that, and that's pretty nice. But when you consider the fact that if you heal, you basically screw yourself over. Like, I mean, I just don't see a point. And at the end of the day, we fought this out. We had less numbers. It wasn't the best time for us. I think we voted on a time, and it was some of our weaker players that showed up. And no offense to them, but we could have done better if we had our R4s who were tier 5 players and all that. And I mean, not much we could have done in the situation. We won in a battle of statistics. We basically injured twice the amount of troops we had lost, as well as I mean, the enemy healed 12 million troops compared to our 1 million. So I find that a huge W. I think PLW, I heard, was actually trashing us in region their region chat, and it doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, they're the ones who are down probably months of speed ups over a Pompeii event, which gave them what, a few relics and maybe some gems. So I mean, I guess those gems must have been worth it. But I mean, it was a good battle. I had fun. We had 15 players versus 19, and I was 7 of those players. I actually was streaming on the Discord server in case anybody wants to watch. You might notice this is sped up. I'm trying to make it as fast as possible. Do a quick video for anybody who wanted to watch the cut version. This was, like I said, pretty fun. I had a big issue because I had moved up to helipad, and my plan was to take it over, basically teleport up and either force them to focus on me and force them to not focus on me. And it didn't really work because they had a numbers advantage, they had player advantage. Like, the size of the players were just too much for most of our players, and just not much we could have done in any situation. You see me get hit here with all my marches out, and they still couldn't do anything. It's pretty funny. I showed some reports at the end of the video for those who might want to watch. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much of a good situation we were in. I was forced to kind of take helipad, and I had to hold it long enough to actually teleport in, and that was the biggest problem because I had all these marches on the field that I was trying to fight with, and by fighting with these marches, if I wanted to reinforce helipad, keep it long enough to actually teleport in, because you have to hold it for 100 seconds, and I kept actually screwing up because I kept sitting like Lee or something as a leader, and it kept not putting my my main account as leader, and I wanted to put like Regra or something. But either way, I mean, it was just a bad situation because I had to focus on reinforcing, whereas my marches, they were just idling. They were idling while I was trying to reinforce, and I kept hitting marches while trying to reinforce, and I just kept hitting marches that were over it. And in the beginning of the fight, you could even notice in the top right of the corner, top right in that little map, that my alliance had failed to take some of the easiest structures, and it was just really bad overall. We had some people farming. We weren't on our best time zone. It was just unlucky. It took me too long to swarm these players down, and I just I wasn't in a good position. I was forced to basically just battle just bashing my head in. It was a bad situation. I mean, we lost, but we also performed well in a sense, right? And then we also wasted 12 million heals worth of speed ups, right? That's tier 4/tier 5 crazy. Like, I don't know what you have to, what kind of lunatic you have to be to waste your speed ups on an event like this. Maybe it's like a battle of pride or something. I don't really understand, but I mean, hey, if your pride's really that worth it, use all your speed ups. Thank you. You see me actually push up here, and I already knew we lost, and I was just doing a last ditch effort. It was just really frustrating because in the beginning, I basically had swarmed down a player, and I swarmed helipad, and I just I couldn't do anything because I had to keep taking helipad. They kept swarming it, and they were kind of keeping me occupied on the left side of the map, and some of my members had actually come over to help me, and it was not what I needed. I needed them to fight on the right side of the map. I needed them to take structures that weren't even taken, and they were doing. The thing is, I don't want to blame my members. They weren't doing poorly. It was just a bad matchup. We didn't have a lot of our members, and I was in a bad spot, right? Like, how I was fighting was not an ideal fight for me, so it was just frustrating. But yeah, that was the end of it right here. I'll go through some reports at the end. You kind of see, if you want to pause right here, 1.5 million healed on our side. It was 12.5 million healed on their side. We almost had a, double the kills they did. And then even though they had a number advantage, it's the only reason it won was because of the number advantage, and it was just unlucky, right? They had three groups of players, one going left side, one going middle, one going right side. They had them grouped up, and they would just swarm down buildings. And I mean, I was just too occupied holding one of the groups off, and it was just a bad situation. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think this was a win. It was a fun, it was a fun Pomepii. I got a good video out of it, and I wasted a ton of PLW speed ups. So I mean, WWW all day long, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I think you have to be an incompetent alliance to actually spin your speed ups in there. Like, I don't care. Honestly, at this point, when I really think about it, even if you're close to winning, I would not waste my speed ups healing to even win, because the rewards for winning are pointless. There's no point in winning. Like, I mean, of course, you're going to want to win. You're going to want to battle it out. But there's 0 merit in using days, weeks, months of speed ups in an event like this, right? Like, save it for RVR when it comes out. Like, I'm gonna have a ton of speed ups. They're not, and that's gonna be the issue, right? I'm gonna go into RVR. I'm gonna be able to battle out all day long, and these guys are only gonna be able to battle out in like an hour because they won't have the speed ups. They will have already used it all. It's just stupid. But I mean, I hope this video was pretty entertaining. I'm doing I don't know if I've uploaded the first one already, but if I haven't, I'll be uploading the first one after this or before this, whatever. So you guys have a good day. I mean, yeah, and peace out.